What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of The Long Dark. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today. As we chill for a little while, we were walking towards this little fishing hut. When we were on our way over here, I'll probably spend the night in the cabin on the lake, and then from there, assuming, but of course I don't want to make an ass out of you and me, you know the old saying. My mom used to always say that. Well, I'd be like, I just assumed. And they'd be like, well, when you assume, I'm like, well, when you force people to assume by not giving them enough information, and then you tell them they've made an ass out of themselves, maybe you should do better at explaining it what it is you want so that people don't have to assume in the first place. Maybe the fault is on you. I mean, we can swing this thing around like all day. The arrowhead on this compass can go in all directions. I can keep on spinning. It's a talent of mine. I don't think can you go even further out that way? I think it's a poor idea right now. I don't think we should do it. I'm going to go inside the cabin. I think we're going to spend the night there. I was trying to find firewood out here, but the hell is that? Oh, it's a rabbit. I thought there was a wolf, like, swimming in the water or something. It looked really, really odd for a moment. Is there a house up there? Or is that just a rock? I think that's just, like, right there. You see in between those trees? I can't tell if that's a house or a hut, or if it's just a rock that kind of looks like a, I'm sorry, if it's just a rock that looks like a house from this location. I don't know. It's being weird. I always hated that, but, like, well, why did you assume that? Because you didn't give me enough information to otherwise extrapolate or derive what you wanted me to do, but you made it seem like it was hypercritical and that you didn't want to explain it again, so I just went ahead and did it. Maybe if you were more accessible and you didn't act like a dick, people would ask you more questions and they get it done right the first time. Sigh. They give me that pained look. Like, I'm just saying. I mean, you asked me, why did you assume it, and so I gave you an answer. If you don't like it, don't ask. There's probably wolves up here. We may get bitten. It may be painful. There could be body parts spurting blood. Maybe. But, if we are victorious, we will take this hill and be super awesome forever into the darkness. Pretty tired right now. What kind of wood is this? It's a fir limb and it would take me 45 minutes and 188 calories? Yes. We have enough work to do tonight to where I think that's a smart idea. Yep, give me a little bit of that fir wood. Got it covered. Alright, so now we need to get inside the house without wolves and all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know where he's at, so I'm running away. My only hope is that I get inside the house with the little green door before he bites me in my schnaz. And my schnaz is a very, very important part of my body, so never underestimate. I dropped cooked bear meat? Why? Here, let's get this lantern. Damn it. Let's get this lantern going. My finger has like this weird thing going on right now where it's super itchy. Like the tip of my finger is incredibly itchy right now, and it's been like that for like an hour, and I don't know how to get it to go away. Because when you itch it, it doesn't feel any better. It just feels like you're itching the itch. And it's satisfying, but then the itch is still there afterwards. Very, very weird feeling. Makes it difficult to focus on filming an episode of this series, too. A little bit of antiseptic, a few more good little things to use. This place doesn't have a fireplace, though. That could be an issue. That could be a problem. Yeah. That's going to be a problem because we're out of water. We're out of water. So, the next plan then would be that I got to start a fire outside without accelerant. This is going to be enjoyable. This is going to be funsies. We'll give this a go. There's a wolf out there too, which is all kinds of agreeable. Maybe we'll find some accelerant in here if we get really, really lucky and we just get old engine the bastard. It'll be all good to go. We may also find some water. Hey, we got accelerant. Good. Well then, accelerant right next to the peaches inside my cabinet. Like, man, that is going to be a really, really unpleasant surprise in the middle of the night. Like, well, they kind of look the same. I mean, what are you upset about, right? I'm sorry, they look a little different. I mean, one of them's got like that little butane nozzle on the end that you use to fill up a Zippo. One doesn't. It's a giant can. I mean, it's kind of your fault. Like, listen, don't blame me for the darkness's transgressions. They did this to me. I don't know how to fix this, but I can tell you whose fault it is. But thinking about reading Judge Dredd, I've never read the comics before. I love the new movie, Dredd. It was so badass. And, like, I'm familiar. Like, I've read the Dredd wikis and stuff like that. Like, I'm familiar with the lore in the world. But I've never gotten around to actually sitting down and reading the case files. I know there's somebody in my audience that's got to be a Dredd fan. If not, well, we got some accelerant. Still leaves us in a problematic spot, though. Turn that off so that I'm not wasting the fuel. Heavy wool sweater. think we can just break that down. I don't see anything down and underneath there, but I usually like to pan and scan and try. Maybe I'll leave this on. It's darker up here than I expected. Wallpaper work seems kind of piss poor, too. Hey, lantern fuel. Why does the lantern fuel crinkle like it's in a metal container when, in fact, it's in like a... What was that? Was that normal pants? What were those? Hold on, I gotta go back. They might have been winter pants or something. I'm gonna finish looting these real quick, though, first, because I don't like to... Every time I don't focus, people get mad at me, and so I'm just trying really hard. Oh, cargo pants. Tough cotton pants, more rugged than jeans. Okay, so yeah, those are pretty cool. They'll work. I mean... Alright. I guess. Some fresh deer hides in there. Did I already hit all this? I did not. So let's hit it. Let's hit it like it mouthed off to our mama. That shit'll get me hyped with a quickness. I'm gonna push a button with me. Talk about family, son, in person, obviously. You can do whatever you want on the internet. That doesn't matter. There's no consequences on the internet. That's a real good way to stimulate my temper, though. I'd say that's probably in the top 2 or 3. Get some water from here, so that actually might make it so that we don't need to start a fire tonight. That's enough water for maybe a day and a half, 2 days. So that'll hold us. In fact, how much food do I still have with me? So I got dog food with me. Did I bring a can opener? Well, hell yeah, we're good to go then. Let's eat some dog food. We'll go ahead and shove that on into our mouths. It's going to be delicious. Who doesn't love dog food? Put it in a pan, fry it up a little bit, give it some nice crispiness around the edges. Yup, just pretend it's breakfast sausage. It'll be fine. There's nothing to be sad about here. Your needs are taken care of. Bim bam bomb. That should make it so that we got enough calories to last till... Hell if I know, at least a day or 2, though, so that should be fine. I got some raw venison in there. I'm going to drink some water real quick, too. Our weight allotment is really high right now, so I think we are going to have to head back home eventually. I think it'll ask me if I want to break that bench. And no, I do not want to break that bench. No bullets up in here. I was hoping we'd grab a couple rounds, but... Guess we could check the floor. And make sure there's not something lost back behind any of these. Every now and again, the developers like to mess with you like that by hiding stuff back behind stuff. But in today's case file, it appears as though everything is pretty much where it should be. I've already mentioned how much I love the graphical style of this game. Like, the artistic direction of this game is so fantastic. It is the best, because the game still looks really beautiful and awesome, while at the same time being primitive looking enough to where, like, everybody can run it. It's a really, really cool thing that they've done here. We've got less than 1 hour of daylight left. Alright, well, since we're out of daylight, I guess we will swing back around, and I'm just going to clunk out for the night. I mean, I'll put in 8 right now. Hopefully we don't starve or freeze in the middle of the night. And it's very, very odd. My fingertip still itches. What a weird thing. You don't think about your fingertip itching, but that's pretty obnoxious. Makes you want to claw your hair out. It's something that is difficult not to focus on. I will admit. I will admit. If I eat those... Oh, wow, we went through more calories than I expected. Okay. Maybe I'll drink some sodas or something, too, while I'm here. We'll go another 6. Because the first couple hours of daylight are never accessible anyways. Those days are... Oh, I'm sorry. Those hours are always pointless. Like, hours 13 to 10 tend to be too cold for you to go out and do anything anyways. And so I tend to avoid them. Go ahead and drink a couple of sodas instead of going down on our water supply here. There it is. Water supply's looking just like, oh, left them all pent up. It's unfortunate for the water supply, but break the rifle on out because I have my suspicions that we will be shooting a wolf when we go out here. He's definitely here. Can hear him running around. Where he's at, though, I couldn't tell you. Let's wait till the temperature gets a little bit better anyways. I think we could make a run right now. Every time I see icicles, it reminds me, it's one of my favorite lines in The Office, where Dwight's talking about how Michael doesn't come into work and how that's very rare and very strange because Michael always comes into work. And Dwight theorized it's because Michael likes to stand underneath the icicles and look up at them. And one of them fell off and impaled his brain through his eye. He's like, I keep telling him, Michael, stand off to the side of the icicle and admire them from there. But he keeps saying, no, I enjoy looking at them from the bottom. It was only a matter of time. It's hilarious. It makes me laugh every single time. For whatever reason, Rainn Wilson, I think is his name. Whenever he does Dwight, it makes me laugh. I'll probably try to extract through the back so I don't get attacked. So I don't have to give a wolf a slap. Well, temp's better. Let's see what we can accomplish here. Actually, I may take a run out to that island over there and just have a look at it. I've never been over to that island before, and so I feel like it's a worthwhile adventure to have with all of you while I got a camera running. That's all this game really is anyways, is walking around adventuring and having a look around and like trying to find interesting things. I don't think you can actually go out that way. It sort of looks like you can. I mean, there's white ice, but the crossing over there would obviously probably be safer if I walked down the highway a bit and then crossed over to there. We got a bunch of wolves over there right now, actually. Alright, it's not going to be accessible right now. We'll leave that for later. There's Wolves on the Ice. A new ice show by Disney. It's like Cats, but with wolves. Also, it's on ice skates. In case you're into those sorts of things. My mom was really, really into Cats when I was a kid. Like, she had the record and everything. She was always playing it. And then she just stopped one day. And now, my mom has so much vinyl at the house, though. Seriously, my mom's vinyl collection is absolutely absurd. She was one of those kind of, like, record shop kids who like going to the record shop and, like, buying new records once they earn money from, like, she worked at Burger King for a long-ass time when she was in high school. And so, anyways, I'm going to try and stay away from that wolf right there if I can manage it. We are a little bit overburdened right now, though, so it may be more difficult than it sounds to get that finished off. Bunch of deer off in that direction. Oh, shit, we got a deer being chased by a wolf. Let's swing around the backside of this building over here. Run speed is pretty goddamn terrible at the moment because we're overweight. Did I check this one? Or was it a different one? I think I checked this one. Yeah. Let's keep moving. I don't want to deal with the wolf right now. We're actually getting a little bit low on ammunition. It makes me feel a tiny bit nervous. Not that nervous, like I can solve it, but still, a couple of boxes of ammunition wouldn't upset me. Like if we could get up there and there was like a box of ammunition, or if we could head out that way and check any of those lodges in all fairness. That looks like a house right there. I think that's a house. Pretty sure it's a house. We'll head out that way next. We've actually pretty much canvassed everything in that direction for the most part. You can follow the highway a long way, but the thing is that it's like an all-day trip if you go that way. And so you're going to end up in kind of a weird situation. A little bit peckish, a little bit rested. I think we should be. I'm not going to... Let's bang out a couple of sodas, actually. These ones have really low durability, so I might as well go in on them right now. That also minimizes the amount of crap that I got to store inside of our house and organize after I get done with this episode. And so it saves me a little bit of time, too. A few less drags that don't have to be made. Yeah, I'd like to go check that island. In our previous playthrough, we didn't get out there. I was really disappointed by the way that our playthrough ended on that last one. How the fire kind of like when our character stood up from the fire animation, she burned to death. I was not a fan of that death. That was actually... Hold on, my microphone's in a weird spot. There we go. I gotta fix it for just a second. That was a really, really obnoxious way to die, and I was not a fan of it. It's pretty upsetting. And really, I tried everything I could to save Scummit. Like, yeah, I just realized too late what had happened. I think if I Control-Alt-Delete it a little bit quicker, I could have stopped it from happening, but... It was a shitty death. And I know people at the Nerd Castle weren't. You guys, I know all of you weren't satisfied by that death either because it wasn't a legit death. It was just kind of like one of those weird things where you take a step forward after the animation ends from the fire and it instantly kills you because you're at like 5% condition after being mauled by a bear. You know. Candy bar. Hey, a rifle round. I'll absolutely take that. These things are more precious than gold right now. I got 14 rounds left, but... I mean, that's not a lot. Did I check it? I'm going to check. I got to check these a little bit more carefully. Sometimes there's rifle rounds just like around and in between things. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. There's another hunting lodge out over there, but I think when we make the trip, we'll want to hit the docks. And once we hit the docks, we'll cut out that way after hitting all the weird little... It looks like maybe that... I'm not sure what that is right there. Because it's not really a dock, if I remember correctly. It's some kind of like... There's a bunch of wood out in the water. Basically, there's big lumber... There's timbers out there in the water. And I'm not sure if it's like the remainder of a dock or what it's supposed to be. But for whatever reason... I don't know. It's a little odd like that. I'm going to store up a little bit more wood while we walk too. I think it's too bad of an idea. I can just pick up sticks as we walk down the coastline. Save me some trouble tonight. We did bring back a lot of firewood, so I should be able to get all that... Pretty sure anyways. I should be able to get all that meat cured. Should be able to get some water boiled off so that we have like 10, 15 gallons laying around. I wanted to get water taken care of for a long time, and I think there's still some on the table over there in our house. Like maybe 6 or 7 liters, but I can't remember if it's purified or not. It may or may not. I think somebody tried to tell me you could get the fuel out of the cars, but I think they were bullshitting because somebody posted on it about the forums too, about somebody telling them that, and then everybody in the forums was like, yeah, that's not a thing. So maybe it's from a new update or something, but I'll check this car as we go by. I see no harm in it. I mean, might as well, but as far as I know, that's not actually like a thing that you can do. I'm thinking that way is going to be the best way to get to the hunting lodge. I've been up to the hunting lodge before. I can't remember exactly how I got there, but as far as I know, there's a road like that one that goes up into the mountains and loops all the way around to the other side. And once you've got it, what is that right there? What was that? Was that a wolf? Oh, no, mind. That's just the timber sticking up. Okay, that's fine. As long as it's not a wolf, I don't care. I don't feel like dealing with wolves right now. If we keep them up and out of our area, that would be fantastic. Thought I heard one for a minute. Getting all paranoid. Grab a few more sticks since we're about to drop off and do inventory management anyways. Yeah, I think your carrying capacity should be upgradable though. You should get stronger as time goes along. You should gain XP for keeping all your meters filled up, like 1 XP at a time. It will just take up really slowly, as long as you're out like with all of your meters filled. And it doesn't have to be a lot of upgrades, but I think like 15 to 25 stat upgrades that max out at maybe 5 points in whatever would be better. And they could try that into the crafting system where you don't really know how to craft stuff, and then you gotta like learn to do it by spending XP and things of that nature. Some people probably hate that idea, but that's fine. People can hate my ideas. Not gonna upset me that badly. Only moderately. I only cry for 5 minutes per complaint. And so that means that most days I only spend 6 to 7 hours crying. Got hats, we got meat. That should be just about everything preserved that we gotta drop. On that side, we'll get a fire started in just a minute. So I'm gonna keep all my fire starting stuff with me. Accelerant, you go in there. I went on an accelerant one time, but it was more about how people get on the freeway super slow. And I'm like, you know you should be doing 60 by the time this ends, right? Pedal to the floor. You are killing me right now, Smalls. You are killing me. It's one of my pet peeves. I hate it when people force me to get on the freeway at like 20 miles an hour. Because that shit's dangerous. That's how people get killed. Like, how are you going to merge into traffic doing 25 miles an hour when everybody else is doing 70 or 80? Like, come on. Get with the program. Get with the program. License plate's never from our state. It's always from somewhere else. You're like, ugh. Go fast or go home. See, out here we drive offensively. Everybody drives offensively. You ain't going nowhere unless you drive offensively out here. And people don't figure that out very quickly. If they do, they take their sweet time about it. I should have some more stuff taken care of, so I should be able to fix the boots and I should be able to fix the pants, which will make our travels a little bit less shitty. No, I didn't really want that. We don't have that many deer hides, actually. I feel kind of weird about our lack of deer hides right now. I feel like I should have a lot more of them. Like, way more of them. But then again, it's only been a couple of days, I guess. Maybe? Weird. I definitely feel like I've killed more deer than that. Your time is not yet here, book. I keep looking at you, though. You do look very flammable, and it does entice my eye. How hungry are we? Not that hungry. Okay. We do actually have quite a bit of water over here. Is it good, though? It appears to all be potable. Cool. All right, then, Fire Barrel, it's your turn. Got wood matches and newsprint. That's nice to know. We got a 90% chance. Go ahead and get a fire started. I'm going to use up all these supplies. Just cooking, making sure things get done before we go do anything else. Oh, yeah, I was going to check the car, wasn't I? Do fires stay lit if you go outside and then come back in? I bet they do. Probably just stores it in memory or something like that. Like, yeah, just remember that there's a fire going on over there, so be careful you don't burn your hands or, you know, I know you... Oh, really? We failed with 90%. Those XCOM chances. Hurting my feelings. All right, then. There's one thing I know from Mordheim. It's that every time I make a 92% roll, I still miss. So, gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Watching the rolls makes me feel better, though. I was talking about that the other day. Makes me feel way better. Like on Mordheim, you can turn on the actual dice roll so you can see what you rolled versus what you were trying to get. Makes me feel so much better. I don't know what it is about a percentage, but my brain just doesn't like percentages. But if I can see what I rolled, like I needed to roll a 90 and I rolled a 68, I feel okay about that. It's when they don't tell me and they're just like, nope, you failed, that it upsets me. Get rid of the reclaimed wood first. Did I throw all the sticks in here already? I think I threw all the sticks in here. Try and get rid of the sticks first, just because everything else has more utility. Whereas the sticks are kind of... They're okay. They're just not that useful. Transfer all the sticks over and just be overweight for right now. That many sticks should keep us rocking for a really, really long time. Got some venison right there. I'm going to go ahead and get that all nice and taken care of. That's probably going to be my dinner, in fact. I don't know how big the steak is, but it's going to be awesome. And then I needed all the raw meat out of here. So any raw part of our supply needs to be in my inventory right now. Bring that on over, and we'll see what we can get done. That's going to add durability to all of them as well. I'm going to try and eat the stuff that's in the worst shape before I eat the stuff that's in good shape, but... Your stomach gets full. Your stomach gets full, and unfortunately you can't shove nothing else in there once it gets full. Otherwise, you get that flush diarrhea. I bet you, do you know that happens? If you eat too much, your body flushes it straight through. You get diarrhea from eating too much. It's because I've read the Wikipedia entry on diarrhea. I like to do interesting things during my free time. Some people would shy away from those sorts of Wikipedia pages, but not I, sir. Not I. I read anything and everything. It doesn't matter if it's gross. One of my favorite Wikipedia entries is just the one on farting. Like how popular farting has been since like prehistory. Like farting has consistently always been funny since like the dawn of time. Like cavemen used to sit around a fire and just be like, pfft, and be like, oh, cave frog. And then everybody would laugh at it every single time. Barking spiders. It's been funny for like 3,000 years. There's like hieroglyphs of Egyptians farting on each other and laughing. It goes back. It goes back like throwback. That's why when people act all prudish about it, they're like, farts are not funny, okay? I'd be like, it's been funny for like 2,000 years. If farts aren't funny, I think we can't even consider anything else to be funny because remaining comedically consistent and relevant for 2,000 years, regardless of culture, is pretty amazing. That's fairly incredible. And go ahead and eat some deer flesh. Mmm. Man meat in my mouth.
He said man meat, and then he said in his mouth. He brought attention to it now. That's so funny.
Alright, so we'll go add that right there. Melt off some more snow. Trying to get all these chores done before I do anything else. That's really all there is to it. And now that that's done, we'll go ahead and boil that 5. And I think given the huge stack of water we have over there, each one of those was 1 liter. I think that means we've got to have at least like 10, 15 liters of water now, not counting what we're already carrying on ourselves. We've got to have like a redonkulous amount. Yeah, let's cook some tea too. Why not? Herbal tea is good for you. I like green tea. I drink it cold, straight out of one of those bottles. Like, you know the bottles you get at like Lipton's or whatever? I just drink it straight out of the bottle. I put it in the fridge or whatever. Used to make my throat feel better when I had a sore throat because I was really, really allergic to everything where I went for college. I'm not really allergic to that many things where I live, but when I went off to college, I was allergic to like everything. It was ridiculous. My hay fever was out of control. Let's go... I haven't drank any water in a while, so I'll just go 8. It's gonna put us up hitting here, I figured. I had my suspicions. Eat some food too while we're here, so I gotta do it in the morning. 30 whole calories. Delicious, Mom. Alright. 4 more right there, and then we should be ready to rock around the cabin tonight. We're gonna rock around tonight. When the clock strikes 12, I'm in hell, gonna shoot some wolves, put them on my shelf. This would suck, though. I can't imagine how bored I would be after, like, months and months and months of sitting in a house by myself with nobody to talk to. I think you would definitely go a little bit stir-crazy. Like, the cabin fever would be real. I don't think a lot of people can deal with isolation like that. A lot of people like to pretend like they're loners, myself included. Like, I don't need people, but having access to people is pretty cool, too. We got a whole bunch of wolf pelts that are ready to go. I should probably fix my jacket. We've got deer hides that are ready to go. And so let's grab those. I'm going to need some gut. Get them wolf hides. And so now that we got those, let's go ahead and fix this bad boy. We have a 100% chance of success, so hell yeah, go for it, man. If that eats up an entire day, it eats up an entire day, but I'm cold. We're going outside and we're getting chilly, and it sucks. We're not getting Chili's. There's not going to be any pleasant dining experience right now unless you buy the liquor. Don't buy liquor at Chili's. It's the worst. Oh, my God. The Chili's where I go, the bartender is like, I don't even think she puts liquor in it. I think that she just gave me a giant, like, hopper full of margarita mix. I am positive. I drank, like, a lot of margarita and did not get drunk. And I'm a lightweight. I'm a small dude who does not weigh much. And so I get drunk pretty easily. And it was upsetting. It was upsetting. There are things that upset me in life. Drinks at bars are expensive, and so on the rare occasion that I decide that I want one, it sucks when the experience is lackluster. Makes me regret it. Makes me never do it again. Usually I just buy a beer. Especially I find out what's up tap if I go to a bar and be like, what you got? Sierra Nevada? That's fine, whatever. I'm not fancy when it comes to beer. I can drink anything. It seriously does not bother me. Like, whatever. 22% is close enough to 30. If it's over 15... I'll go for it. We'll have to hunt some stuff in order to make sure that that's good to go. But largely, we're solid right now. We still got extra stuff to fix our things with, so... I don't have any more gut on me, so that's at 100%. Our warmth criteria should be fantastic right now. And indeed, in fact, it is. Looks like we're out of time for the day. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for the next episode of The Long Dark. It's always fun to play this game with you guys. I enjoy it. For whatever reason, this game brings out personal stories and just makes me... relax. I don't know. I'm a very anxious, kind of uptight person, and this game is relaxing for me. It's one of the rare occasions where I can just zone out and do something fun. And so anyways, I'll see y'all later. Hi do, everybody. Don't forget to check out the stream, which is linked down below. I do it multiple times a week. I'm looking forward to seeing some new faces. Hi do, everybody.